Hello friends, this is Durga again from ITversity, a one-stop shop to learn all the technologies. At this time, we are talking about HDFS commands. So far we have covered almost all the commands, starting from append to file to expunge. Create snapshot and delete snapshot are more of a administrator stuff. Hence, you don't see it in the certifications. But if you look at Hadoop distributed file system, I have uploaded a couple of videos on snapshots also. For certification perspective, it is not that important. So you can ignore that, especially for Cloudera certification or Hotmark certification. For the development purpose, creating and recovering snapshots are not that important. But for administrator purposes, yes, they are important. Okay, so and then we also covered df, du, expunge, etc. Now we will go through find, get, already covered actually, along with copy to local. Get is nothing but alias to copy to local. You can go to my previous video, this one, to understand more about get. And also we will see what is the purpose of getmerge. Again, getfacl and getfattr are more of administrator commands. I will add those things to HDFS and the administrator courses, but not to the developers. For developers, it might not be that important. And it's especially for Cloudera certification, this getfacl and getfattr might not directly relate to manipulating the files. Okay, so let's start with find. Again, to get the help, Hadoop fs help find, and it will give the description of the find command. Finds all files that match the specified expression. So we can pass expression and give the path. From that path, it will try to search for the files and it will return the files. You can give name pattern. You can give iname pattern. Iname is actually case insensitive. If you want to search files with case insensitive, you can use -iname. Print is to print the files, and there are additional expressions, -a, -and, etc., to actually add more and more conditions. But those things are not that important. The main thing is you should be able to know, see the help, and run your find command for different purposes. So in this case, I want to run find command like this: fs -find -iname, and I want to search for. So the syntax is after find and options, we have to give the path. The path is user root, and expression is file star, and hit enter. Okay, I'm not sure why it is saying unexpected argument. Let me remove -iname. Yeah, I think when you use -iname, if the base name of the file matches the pattern using standard file system globbing, then the match is case insensitive. Okay, then why it say unexpected argument? I am not sure. Probably there might be some bug. The find command is added recently. So this is the simpler use of find command: Hadoop fs -find, the path from which you want to search, and then the pattern. You can give different types of patterns. Okay, so you can play with different types of patterns to understand. It is not as extensive as regular expressions in Unix or Linux. You can only use certain patterns. Okay, so that being said, let's go to the next command, Hadoop fs. The next one is get, which we are not interested at this time because it is already covered as part of copy to local. Getfacl is primarily for getting the ACL properties of a given file or path. Getfattr is to get file attributes. So for FACL, I will actually show. I will actually add videos to Hadoop distributed file system playlist, and let's see the help for get fattr and hit enter. So displays the extended attributes, names and values for a file or directory. So let's try Hadoop fs get fattr user root. You can give other options also like -n, -d, etc. And we have to specify one of those things. So let me give the name here and hit enter, and it says path is missing. So I am not 100% sure on this. I have never used this before, so I am not. I am differing for now. I might cover this get fattr later. For now, just ignore it. It is not important for any of the certifications or anything. We will see into get fattr later. And then get merge. So let's say you have multiple files. Let's say what is there in Hadoop fs-ls user root, what we will see what all there in that location. So there is a file.txt and file_cp.txt, and if you want you can actually cat to see what is there in those files. So one file have this is from file 2 and the other file also have the same thing. We will copy another file here, Hadoop fs put or copy from local file2.txt also to user root, and now we have 3 files. And after adding the files, if you want to copy the let me copy the file 1. So now we have 3 files. If I use get to copy from HDFS to local, it will create 3 files on my target destination, which is the local file system. Okay, we have done that before, and we have seen that multiple files are copied. But for get merge, first let us do help on get merge. If you use get merge, what will it do is it will get all the files in the directories that match the source file pattern and merge and sort them to only one file on local file system. So instead of creating multiple files on the local file system, it will add all the files into one file system. And if you want to add a new line character between the files, you can actually use -nl. So let us see. I am going to files here and see what we have here. There is just a file.txt file. I am deleting it. And now I am saying Hadoop fs get merge user root, and I am giving the pattern file star.txt and hit enter. And we have to give the local path also. Local path, I am giving the file name file.txt. I am giving the relative path. Hence this file.txt will be created in the current directory. So the file is created now. You can validate it by running file.txt. You can see the text from the files. So if you open these files, cd ls-ltr cat file1.txt, so the line has a new line character in it at the end. Okay, you can also say vi. So at the end there is a new line. No, there is no new line character. It automatically added. Sometimes it might not, and if you want to add a separator, a new line character for each of the file, you can actually say -nl. Okay, so that one you can do like this. So cd files ls-ltr, and if you run get merge now, if you want to add new line character after each file, you can actually say -nl and hit enter. Okay, and then ls-ltr cat file.txt, you can see a additional line is added between all the files. And when we run the get merge, even if the file exists, it will just override the file. Okay, so this is how the get merge works. So that being said, let's go to the next command. The next command is -ls, because help we have been seeing that for quite some time. For every command I am using help, so we will defer it. No need to cover help again. As part of the first video also I have covered help. It is just to get the details about each of these commands. Now we will see one of the most frequently used command, ls. To get the help, fs help ls. Okay, so this ls is similar to Linux ls, but Linux ls have far more options. If you do ls -help, you can see that there are plenty of options when it comes to Linux ls. This is Linux ls. Similarly, if you look into ls in for Hadoop, there are very few options. You hardly have 3 options: -d, -h, and -r. Other than that, you don't have any options. Okay, and if you go through it, what it says is what all will be displayed when you run the command. When you run command such as ls in command prompt in Linux terminal, it only give the file name. It will not give any details. If you want to get all the details, you have to use ls -l, which will give the permissions, owner name, group name, etc. And if you want to sort the data in reverse order, you have to say ls -ltr, and you will see the latest file at the bottom. Okay, if you want to, if you run ls -lt, then the latest file will be shown at the top. R for reverse. And if you want to look at the directories, you have to run ls -d to list the directories. There is no directory here except for the current directory, so it only showed dot. No, actually there should be this files directory also. I'm not sure why it didn't show up. ls, we can actually see ls -help and hit enter to list directory entries instead of contents. Yeah, it should actually show the directories ls -d. Why it is showing only one directory? I'm not sure. Anyway, this is not a video for Linux ls command. This is primarily for Hadoop fs ls command. Again, we will get the help by running fs -help ls, and only 3 options are there. Before going through the options, if you run Hadoop fs -ls and give the path, with ls itself it will show all the details, permissions, owner, group, size, modified data time, and the file name. All the details will be displayed, and the details will be displayed I think in the order of the file names. You can see file.txt came first, file1.txt came second, file2.txt came third. So the files are the names are displayed in the order of the file names. So these are the details which will be displayed even with simple ls command. You don't need to give ls -l to list the details. There is no option such as -l. The 3 options, -d is to display the directories, h for read the information in human readable format, and -r to recursively list the contents of the directories. So far, when we do Hadoop fs -ls user, it only showing all the directories and files under directory /user. If you want to see everything in recursive fashion in that path, then you have to use -ls -R user, and it will show all the files and directories recursively in the path, provided you have permission on all those directories. In this case, there are no permissions on dgazraju for root. That's why it failed. You can actually use sudo -u HDFS to run this command as HDFS. So we ran hadoop ss-ls-r slash user as user HDFS by using sudo -u HDFS. Okay, now you can see all the directories and files. Now if you want to see only the files, you directories, you can say -d and slash user is the only directory which we are trying to list, and hence it only showed up there. If you want to list all the directories recursively, then you can say -d capital R or -d capital R. It is -d capital R and hit enter. It will show, it should have shown all the directories under user. Why it is showing only slash user? Let me see. R-d slash user. Still it is showing only one. Interesting. -r is working fine. It is showing all the files and directories under slash user without any issues here. But when I use okay, probably I have to say like this slash user slash -d and see if it lists the directories. Still it is not listing the directories. Let us see. Hadoop ss-help ls. Directories are listed as plain files. I am not sure why it is only listing one directory here. Let me give this pattern and see if it works. Yeah, this is working. Let me give capital R and hit enter. Yeah, now it is even then it is not actually going recursive. So when you use -d, recursive is not working for to list the directories. Probably it could be bug in the command. Anyway, -d is not that important. If you just want to list all the directories, you can also run this command: sudo -u HDFS hadoop ss ls capital R slash and grep d. So if the first bit is d, so this is the beginning of the line, and if you see for each of the line, if it is directory, the first bit is d. So if you run this command, it will list all the directories by going through the file system recursively. You can see that it has listed all the directories now. Unfortunately, -d is not working with capital R to recursively show all the directories. And if you want to see the information in more readable format, you can run hadoop ss -ls -h -r slash user and hit enter. Now we don't have any large files in this. That's why it is actually showing only 19 here. If it has large file and if the size is too big, it will show in GB, MB, etc. Let's do that. Actually, let me copy a file. Hadoop ss put largedeck.txt user root and hit enter. The file is being copied. Once the copied, I will actually run the ls command with -h option. So the now the file is copied, and now if I run ls -h with the -r, it will recursively go to the files, and you can see now the size is displayed in more readable format. You can ignore this permission because I am not running this command as HDFS. So this is how you can use ls to get the information on the files. The output of each of this command can be piped to filter out using grep and etc. to get the desired output. You can script around the output of these commands if you want to get some other details. Okay, so that being said, I hope you are enjoying the content on my channel. So far we have covered many commands, starting from append to file to ls, and going forward in next 2-3 videos I will try to cover the rest of the comments also. If you like this video, please click on the like button. If you want to provide the feedback, please use the comment section of the video. If you want to discuss further about certification or big data, please join my LinkedIn group called ITversity-certifications or ITversity-big data. And finally, if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so and provide me the support. If you live in US or UK or some other European countries where YouTube fan funding is supported, you can visit my channel and you can see support the channel section on the subscribe button. So feel free to support me in case if you want to see more and more content like this covering vast area of technologies over time. Thank you. Bye.